Hello everyone, this is Jamie Pate. Welcome to another installment of this die cut mini-series here on the channel. I am taking holiday dies from Sizzix and Tim Holtz and chatting them up and sharing some ideas with you. But I want to thank ScrapbookCom for sending these dies to me, but I also want you to know all comments and opinions are definitely mine. I'm going to tell you what I think and share with you here today is going to be all organic to me. So with that in mind, let's get started. So today I want to talk about this new Thinlit set from Tim Holtz, manufactured by Sizzix. It is called Layered Plaid, and that's exactly what it is. You can see by this picture, there are about at least 3 layers that are happening here with this die set, and that's exactly what it is. There are 3 dies here, and I'll explain these all to you. So you have this one little bit smaller than an A2 size square, so it's going to cut out your background. The next one is this little bit wider lines and a few peekaboo spaces so that when that's layered against your background, you're seeing your background if that's a color. Then this last piece are much more detailed lines and a few more details than the previous die. So that's your 3 pieces there. And again, with anything else, right? If you're looking for something that fits just right inside of A2, this is great to cut out a background. This has some detailed cuts to it, so that could be an interesting background by itself, as could this, or just these 2 over vellum. You get the idea. I'm here for sharing just a few different ideas, but I think those are just springboard for so many more ideas with these dies. So let me show you what I have so far. What I've done, and I kind of encourage this for everyone, is just to take a new die set and just start cutting with it. I am using ScrapbookCom's ultra heavy weight cardstock here, and I did the 3 pieces. So obviously this is the background, right? And then you take the next layer, the middle layer, and that goes right on. And even in a monochromatic white or any color, and it doesn't have to even be Christmas. It doesn't even have a Christmas name or a holiday name. This could be used for any sort of season, any sort of reason for needing a plaid background. And then you have this layered right on top of that. So it actually, to me, it creates it appears to me to have even more texture and dimension than just the 3 dies. So that's pretty amazing. I love that. So just as a little quick review as to what we've already covered in this die cut mini series, we've already taken the Holiday Brushstrokes 3 and have chatted about that, and I'll have that linked below. But you can see here, this in and of itself would make for a very lovely card. And how much fun would it be just to hang out with your gal pals and put the Holiday Brushstrokes together and cut out a bunch of backgrounds. But wait, there's more. We're going to chat a little bit more about how we can do these backgrounds. Actually, I want to show you one other thing though. I literally have sitting here on my table a piece from 49 and Market. And I thought that was beautiful against the white monochromatic background. You could come in here with your Hello December, add a beautiful bow to it, lift it up with some dimensional tape, and you have just a lovely card front. You have a lovely intro page to a mini album. This could be a mini album cover. You get the idea, right? Okay, what else can we do with this die? Okay, for starters, I've grabbed, this will be a go-to paper pad for me this holiday, and it is the ScrapbookCom 6x8 Christmas pad, and it's got this lovely tan, which is really beautiful, perfect gray, like a charcoal, and this black. I have used all this in the past for Christmas. Here's like a real traditional green, right? Gorgeous maroon, burgundy, however you prefer to call that, and then your classic Christmas red. So I'm just going to take this. I'm using here my Sizzix switch. I'm a fan of the Sizzix switch. I've enjoyed using this machine, and you don't have to use the large cutting mats for this. You can use the smaller ones. I do like having this larger platform here though. Just gives me some workspace. So that's awfully cool. I'm going to grab, let's do this. We're just going to do a couple different combinations here because I just want to show this off. That's all I want to do. I just want to show the things off. So we're going to speed this up while I actually get this crafted through, and then we're going to chat about it. Bit of technical difficulty with the top layer. So my suggestion for using this is to add a shim. I used like a heavy stock piece of cardstock to add to it and to help get those cuts done. So it was no big deal. And here's what's interesting. So this is kind of dark. I kind of tend on the dark side, but I don't hate it. I love the subtle coming up, and this still worked really well with this particular die cut from 49 and Market. And I was going to grab our Brushstrokes from last week to see what I thought of it. And that is, there's nothing terrible about that whatsoever. I think that is gorgeous. So there's an idea for you. I have a white solid one here. Not quite the fan of the white. It's too stark for me. But I am a fan of this. I think that's rather lovely. So let's do another idea. And what I wanted to play with this time was the Christmas pattern collection, and I have a few pieces here that are kind of loose, but I just think these colors are beautiful, and I'm super curious to see how they would look in that sort of a die cut. And obviously I am missing a tree here from this one, so that's not going to work. I do really like this. So then what I think I want to do, and this is only because I have spent a little bit of time with this particular paper. I think I'm going to grab, I know it's like a plaid on plaid, but let's see. Let's just play. We're not going to know how anything works together until we pull the ideas out and just make a mistake. Like, don't even plan on this working out exactly. Don't have this huge expectation. That is something that is actually very autobiographical for me, because I can have huge expectations of myself. I can have huge expectations of how a thing should look. It should come out right the first time. And I've really had to learn through the years. I gotta let that go. And so this is me letting go. I have not tried this example yet, so we're going to give it a quick try. Let me see what we come up with here. Okay, I've done the other two layers. I'm finishing the third layer presently, and I really do, just reiterating what I said earlier, but as I was doing these off camera, I do suggest with these more intricate dies to maybe use a shim with your cutting pads. And I think I said earlier, I used some very heavy stock paper and just laid it on top of the die while it was, and let that run through the machine. And I'm happier with the results. And so just kind of, again, maybe even play with, if this is something that you are going to want to bring into your own studio, in your own workspace, maybe play with some pattern papers that you're not worried about ruining, and get a feel for it. It's almost like stamps, right? And we've talked on here about stamps and playing with ideas and getting used to them and seeing what they do. I don't think I disagree that dies could be a similar idea as far as that goes. So I'm going to move all this up here, And let's see what this crowning. So I did this big plaid. I took a chance. I did my background plaid, even though I was cutting plaids. We're just crazy here, people. We're just being crazy. And then I put that Christmas pattern. Whoops, I still have a little guy there that needs to come out. And one here. And up here. Thought I got them all, and I did not. Okay, I think all the cuts are out. And I say that and I find another one. So that there. Back to our regular scheduled program here. And then this on top. Oh, I love it. I know. I'm a goof. I geek out about this stuff. I really do. I am a little fan of this. Now, I will say this, sharing my mistakes with you. I do wish I would have had the cut a little straighter on this pattern. But it's actually okay. It will be okay. You're probably not going to really notice it. Oh, there I go. I just gave that so much goo. We've talked before about the Smart Glue. It's a wonderful craft glue. It dries without buckling your paper. It dries clear, again, because of all of our mistakes. And you just don't need a lot. And I prefer to just sort of drag it on my area that I want to have adhered down, or just kind of add some dots. It just doesn't need a lot. So I think glue would be a great way to apply these. Now that's kind of a crazy mess, huh? I don't hate it though, because with this other piece on here, it just really kind of calms it all down. And obviously you can use more complementary patterns for your liking. We were just kind of playing around with some ideas here and seeing what it looks like. And we're going to get crazier in a second here. And I'm going to grab the poinsettia yet again and just see what that looks like on here. This is a very simple die with pieces to put together. And this last die, oh, and I have a little place here. Let's see if I can pop that up. I can. Okay. And this last die completely goes over the frame of the second one. And then both of them sit inside, and you have a little bit of a matting that shows through around the framing, if you will, of this surface, of this medium. Okay, let's see. What do we think? Let's get the ones with our glitter berries. What do you think? Because we're using the same pattern in the background, my leaves are kind of blending in. But I still think you want to add a sentiment on here. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful card. It's a beautiful package tag. It's a beautiful part of your layout. So thank you so much for watching. This was our foray into the layered plaid, the Sizzix Die. And I have still more to come. Yeah, that doesn't work. And thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, if you want to see any ideas, if you have any thoughts, I'd love for you to share them in the comments. And I will see you in the next video.